Hello guys, regular viewers to the channel will notice, and girls of course, channel will notice that I am missing. Instead of having a look at my slightly massive ears, massive nose face, instead this is the front of my phone, because I'm going to demonstrate this app I use called Tachograph. It's the one that's it's 3 layers down, 4 in. The yellow one with the symbols on. This one here, I should just click on that like that. Right, this is what I use to basically work out my day, because driving hours and all that can be a massive headache. Once you get your head around them, they're not that complicated, but this I find incredibly useful. Just for basically, oh, we won a job. Just for there you go, you can get rid of that, thank you. Oh, that's gone there now. Yeah, just so that I can keep in contact with what I'm doing. So if you look at the top now, if you look at the very top bar, you'll see 4 symbols: driving, rest, work, and POA. Whatever mode you're in and whatever mode you click on your tachograph, at the same time you click on the app. And what it will do is it will record all the information on the app. So where it's on your tacho head, you can look at it, but it's not that straightforward. This is much better. So when I start in the morning, I put my card in, I put it on hammers to do my walk around check. Do the same here. Click on the bit that says United Kingdom, that one up at the corner. Click on United Kingdom, and that will start your day. Which is no fairness, what I do is I put it onto the hammers, and that will start my day. And then that means that, I mean, like the other day, yesterday, I was working for 14 hours, 14 and 3/4 hours yesterday. And, you know, by going to your tacho head, it's not going to tell you how long you've been on the job. You can write it in a book, you can remember, but sometimes you think, did I start at 7 or half 7? This one, you can go straight onto it. It shows my working day. My working day so far is 2 hours and 46 minutes. Also, you're allowed to work 13 hours a day, 15 hours 3 times a fortnight. Now you can see that little 2 in the bottom corner of that box. That's because yesterday I pulled an over a 13-hour day, which counts as your 15-hour day. So that will tell you in a fortnight how many working days you've got left. You think, did I do like a long shift last week or 2 long shifts last week? I got in because that's 13 or 13 and a half hours. It's handy for that. It calculates. You can look on the app, you can show it. Next one down is continuous work. That's basically driving plus hammers. So that's how much work you've done. That's kind of there, neither here nor there. Daily driving, the third one down, again, incredibly useful. That tells me that I've currently been driving for 1 hour and 1 minute. Now, I've got the posh version of the app, which cost me 20 quid. You can enter it manually. The posh one works by GPS, but the GPS isn't always brilliant. So what you can do is you can click on it. You see the third one down, it says daily driving. If I touch that, this fires up. And where it says daily driving at the top, if you touch that, you can adjust it. Oh, it's not an hour, because I've looked at my tacho head. It's not actually 1 hour and 1 minute. I've actually been driving for 1 hour and 10 minutes. So you go like that, 1 hour and 10, click on done. That bit in the top right hand corner turns black, and then you click save, and it changes your daily driving from 1 hour and 1 to 1 hour and 10. We're just going to change that one back so that I know where I stand. We're going the wrong way. Give me 1 second. Bosh, done, save. So that's right. So it gives you daily driving. It also gives you your continuous driving. Obviously, if it works, if you change your continuous driving from 1 hour and 1 to 1 hour and 10, your daily driving will automatically change, because you can't drive for 1 hour and 10 minutes continuously and only drive on a daily basis for 1 hour, but not the other way round. The third one down, also incredibly useful, is brake. So, and it will clock up once you've done it. Now, you see, if you see brake, I've currently been on brake for 12 minutes. Now, if you move across, you see that little green 15. That tells me that I've already had a 15-minute break earlier on the day. So that means you see the 12 plus the 18 down the end, that'll calculate 15 and 30. When those two match up, that means I'd have had a daily break of 45 minutes. It will automatically reset my continuous driving. Will then go down to 0. So I will then know that I can drive for another 4.5 hours without having to take a break. It's useful for this kind of stuff. And then other things underneath, daily rest. Click on daily rest. That will tell me when I get to the end of the day, I click on rest at the top where the bed is, and it will say, you click on top of best, and it will come up with it will basically say, when you click on rest, it will say, do you want to start a break, a daily rest, or a weekly rest? And I click on that, and that will then tell me, because I've got to have at least 9 hours away from the truck 2 times, I think it's 2 times a week, I'm not sure, or 11 hours away from the truck normally. As you can see, the daily rest has got a 2 in the bottom right hand corner. That tells me I can shorten my break this week. I think it's this week by 2 to 9 hours because I haven't used any of my shortened daily breaks yet. I have used one of my over my 15-hour days. If you look at working day, that was a 3 that's gone down to a 2, but I haven't shortened my daily rest. I don't tend to. I tend to try that. And then underneath that, it's got weekly rest. So when I go on a weekly rest at the end of a week, that starts banking up. And when it hits 24 hours, it says you've done 1 weekly rest because you can do, I think it's 24 hours. And then when it hits 45 hours, you've done 2. Yeah, you see 24 and 45. Underneath that, weekly driving. Your weekly driving has got to be 90 hours. You can do 56 one week, but then you've got to shorten the following week. Again, I tend to try to stick to 9 hours a day or 10 hours a day, stick within the thing. It makes life easier for me. But if you overdo it, this thing will automatically calculate it for. And at the end of it then, you've got your working week, how long you've done. And finally, there's 2. There's one I've blanked out and one you haven't. That's reading driver's card. Now, what I do, because I actually run the trucks, is once every week, I download the driver's card, but I don't reset the driver's card thing. That will tell me after 28 days I need to read the driver's cards because I have to read the driver's cards once every 28 days. But I read them weekly because it's easier. But what I do with that one is when it gets to the end of the 28 days, I read the tacho heads. Now, those have to be read every 56 days, but it's just once a month is not too painful. Once a week is because those things roll round and round and round and round. But that's what it is. And there's one, you can see there's a space at the bottom. Now that I've blanked out. That says change tacho chart. That's if you're running an analog tacho. Every 24 hours, it will say you need to change your tacho chart. The bits at the bottom, I mean, the weekly rest and daily rest, anything under weekly rest, weekly driving, I don't tend to look at the bottom 3, other than reading driver's card, which once a month, like. But the things it's really, really useful for. Oh, that's good. We got a job. The things it's really, really useful for are how long my working day I've got left, how long I've been driving. I mean, you can see how long you've been driving on your tacho head, and how many breaks you've had. Have I had my 15 minutes? You do need to educate it. You do need to constantly be clicking on that. Oh, it's not 15 minutes. Your tacho head is the one which will tell you what's on the card. That's the important one. Click on that, change that. You do need to keep on top of it, and you do need to remember as well, because I do it. I leave sight. And I'm driving, I go, hang on a second, I've still got it on rest. And then you have to click it back on and change it over. But as a basic tool, I mean, the free one is free, so try it. I still think it's worth doing the score on getting the extra one. It just makes life a little bit easier. Hey, and it's 20 quid and you're going to have it forever. But I find this app incredibly useful. Guys, I'm sure you're doing other apps. I'm sure you know other ones about there. So, once again, thoughts. But in the meantime, I think I'm going to work out, how do I call this thing a day now? How do I stop this? I don't know. Got to find a way of stopping this video. Is it over here? There it is. So I'm going to bid you farewell. Hope you're all well. Take care, take money.